conquest and slaughter raged on. Haiti, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, the Antilles, the Bahamas, millions of Taino Arawaks dead, the entire nation murdered. But even then, the slaughter in the mines and plantations continued with new victims, Caribs, Aztecs, and Mayas from the mainland, and slaves from Africa. Over 50 million Africans died in chains on European slave ships from Africa to the Western Hemisphere.
When a Spaniard was granted land, he was also granted all the Indians living on that land as serfs. This was the encomienda system used to subdue all Spanish America. The invasion continued with new leaders and reached the mainland. The first nation they met were the Mayas, who were more culturally advanced in many ways than the Europeans, with a written language and superior astronomy. The Mayas lived in city-states throughout the peninsula of Yucatan. Even though the Mayas had little gold, in 1517 the Spaniards attacked. The Mayas drove them out, mortally wounding the Spanish leader. But new battalions of invaders returned. The Mayas fought valiantly for 19 years, and some Maya groups were never defeated.
Meanwhile, the Spaniards turned to Central Mexico, home to the Nahua nations. The Nahuas, like the Mayans, lived in numerous city-states throughout, as they called it, Anahuac. At the time of the Spanish invasion, the Nahua nations known as Mexicas or Aztecs dominated most of Anahuac. The Mexicas offered the Spaniards gifts and asked them not to land. But the gifts only made Cortés hungrier for gold and power. He led his army towards the capital, Tenochtitlan, attacking and defeating other Nahua cities on the way. Cortés forced the defeated Nahua cities to join him against the Aztecs. The Aztecs received him as honored guest, but he seized Moctezuma and held him hostage. The Mexicas fought bravely, led by Cuauhtemoc, and drove the invaders out of Tenochtitlan. But the Spaniards returned with ships and cannons. Weakened by European diseases, the Aztecs were finally defeated. Cuauhtemoc was tortured, then murdered. But even in military defeat, the Mexica people learned to survive.
The invasion moved south into the Mayan highlands. In Chiapas and Guatemala, they attacked the Chamulas, Quiches, and Cachiquel Mayas. The invaders soon reached the Inca land of Peru, or Tawantinsuyu. The diseases of the Europeans arrived even before they did and ravaged the population. The Inca Atahualpa welcomed the Spaniards, but they suddenly attacked. The Inca armies resisted, but were devastated by epidemic diseases. Pizarro held Atahualpa hostage for a ransom of a room full of gold, which the Incas paid. Nonetheless, the Spaniards murdered Atahualpa and later Manco Capec. Tens of thousands of Indians died in battle, and the survivors suffered defeat and slavery. Nonetheless, the Andean Indian people remained in constant rebellion against their oppressors.
Other Europeans followed the trail of Columbus and the Spaniards in search of gold, gems, furs, land, and other riches. The French, Portuguese, the Dutch at the tip of South America, the English in the Arctic, Florida, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Dakota, California.
Everywhere the invaders attacked, the Indians were there to resist them.
Despite 5 centuries of genocide, with over 50 million deaths, the Indian people have never ceased resisting and have survived, holding fast to traditions, culture, and land as much as possible.
Many elders say that the year 1992 completes the 500-year cycle of Indian suffering, 1492 to 1992, predicted by ancient prophecy.
Many elders say that the cycle is now at its close, that the eagle of the north and the condor of the south are finally coming together to join their tears, and as they do, the Indian nations are being reborn.